poppin'? What's good? It's your girl Mocha Baby, and welcome back to my channel. If you a newbie, hey, how you doing? Thank you for following me, and I hope that you love it here. For those of you that have been following me for some time, hey, how you doing? What's poppin' with you? You know how we get it done on this channel. We're all just one big happy family, and that's how it's supposed to be, because that's how beautiful people do it. And before I get into what this video is going to be about, I just got to very quickly talk about the Senate runoff. And I know y'all probably like, damn, Mocha, why you keep talking about that? I keep talking about it because it is important, and they want us to stop. That's why they keep trying to throw up all these false accusations and all these different court things and challenging things in the black area, because they want us to shut up. But we're not going to shut up. We're going to get out there and vote, and just like we did in the election, and we're going to keep going, because it's not only just about the top man or woman at the top, but it's about those people who are in succession right behind that person. If we want to see those systemic things change, such as the racism and all these other things that we've been screaming about from the top of our lungs for over the last 400 years. And that's the only way that they're going to change, if we get behind the man at the top and get him a team that is, not necessarily agree with everything, but, can work together instead of just doing this. Are we still going to be in the same place that we're in now? And that is not what we want. So please get out there, do what you got to do. Vote for John Ossoff. Vote for Reverend Warnock, and we can step just like we did before and show them just how we not gonna shut up. Okay, but enough about that. Now I'm gonna dive right into the content for this video. I had some of you on my Twitter and in my Facebook inbox hitting me up saying, Mocha, when is you going to review episode 7 and 8? We are waiting. We are on the edge of our seat. We cannot wait to see what you got to say. So here you guys go. I do know I got behind with, things that happened within the family last week. So I'm going to do 2 at one time and give you guys both 7 and 8 right here, right now. We have a lot to talk about and a lot to discuss, because a lot happened in both of these episodes. So without further ado, we're just going to go ahead and just dive right on into it, because that's what it is. We just got to dive into it and do it, baby. But let's see, starting off with episode 7, we get, after the opening credits, we get a scene with Yodela and Chance. And they're chopping it up, talking in his room on his bed. And, he's just basically telling her, like, I don't know if you hear from me. The things that I saw on your phone seem kind of suspicious to me. You're looking a little sus. Sis, what is it? What's good with you? Is you here for your boy or no? Basically. And, she's, pleading her case, saying that she is. And then she gets the bright idea that she's going to start snitching on people, too. She snitches on Secret, and she snitches on Yummy. I mean, anybody with any brains in their head knows exactly what she's doing. She's trying to get Secrets back for saying anything about her, and she knows that, at least for at the moment, what it appears that Yummy would be the biggest competition, because everybody knows that at this point, Chance is really feeling Yummy. So she wants to knock her off, and she wants to knock Secrets off as well to get her back. But, upon receiving this information, Chance is kind of just like, I got to get to the bottom of this. I don't know if these girls are really here for me, yada, 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 this, that, and the third. And then he, switches it back to her and say, well, I still don't really know if you here for me, because, you've been kind of just falling back lately. like, well, you kind of just been getting lost in the shuffle, lost within the sea of, girls. So you need to show me that you're not scared. So I guess her next action is supposed to show just how she's not scared. But I'm trying to figure out how kissing a nigga shows you're not scared. But okay, that's what she does. And it's a scene she, climbs on top of him and she kisses him. And, it's, a little something, few couple minutes, and then we go to the scene and we have some girls playing cards. We got Shira, one kinda, we have Secrets and Yummy, and they're playing cards, maybe spades, something, I'm not quite sure. And they're talking about things that were happening in the house, in particular the elimination. And they were talking about not Wakanda, BDB, and how she had switched it up, and how one kind of she said that she liked the switch up. I think Yummy said it, that she liked the switch up or whatever. And I forgot to mention in the last review that when BDB got eliminated, she said something about she got two girls waiting on her, how two her girlfriends, too bad, however she said it. But I'm kind of just like, girl, you just saying that to save face. She might have did, but I don't really get the point of that. You're just trying to save face in front of the camera. But anyway, moving right along, then we get a scene with Snack Mill and Special K outside. And, Special K comes up to Snack Mills and she's talking to her. And Snap Mills see right through her. She say that she, faking and acting. And then, like, she does this ridiculous thing where she's like, Chaz, I'm crazy. And I'm just like, girl, why, sis? What's the meaning of that? What's the point? I mean, why you got to do all of that? I mean, at the point, it was not an audience out there. Nobody but the cameraman and Snacks. So, because, Chance did not answer her. I'm pretty sure if he was somewhere in the house, he probably thought she was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Because I was sitting on the chair. I certainly did. And then after they finish talking, they go in the house. And we get a scene with Chance and Mike. And they're trying to figure out what they're going to do. Something fun. He says something about a Soul Train dance line. And then, they talk for a little bit longer. And then he comes up with a stripper pole. Call the homie with the stripper pole. And we gonna do a stripper pole challenge. And, they get that together. He gets a speaker and he goes outside. He texts the girls and tell them to get ready, wear something sexy. This, that, and the third. And so we get ready for that. This is probably like the first episode that we don't have any drama in a while, folks. So we get started with the stripper challenge. First, we get the homegirl, Special K. She gets up there. She does her thing. I don't have anything too much bad to say about what she did on the pole. Next, we have Shira. I think she was next. And she comes out there in like this little hip-hop outfit. And she twerks a little bit, but she does more hip-hop moves than anything. And Chance just was not feeling that at all. He said that he wanted to see her twerk something. And she just was not giving him that. And, she said something about she was trying to be different, as well as showing that you could be strong and, keep certain things a secret. Which, me, I'm definitely all for that. It's not meaning that you approved or anything like that. It's just certain things that you just don't want to do for, nobody but your dude, your husband. Not with all these cameramen around and you just up there on the pole just, hey, like, that ain't for everybody. So I definitely feel her on that. But, he wasn't feeling that and told her to get on before he eliminate her right then. And then we get Snacks Mills. she did her thing on the pole. She threw that thing like a hula hoop in all kind of directions. She did that thing in a circle, a rectangle, triangle, you name the shape, she threw it in there. But it was one thing that got on my nerves. Zeus, why did y'all play that circus, goofy ass music that y'all played while she was on the pole? I did not like that. Like, why y'all played that just because she big? Y'all wasn't playing that when nobody else was out there. And it was probably a couple people you should have played that for. But you didn't. So y'all should not have done that. Especially because, I mean, she killed it. Now, I could see if she had not killed it. But she did. I mean, just because she big don't mean she can't move. Just because she big don't mean she can't throw that ass in the circle. Because clearly she did. Okay, but moving right along, we get, I'm trying to think who we get next. I think it was One Kinda. One Kinda, she had classes on a pole, not being a scripper, because I know a lot of the girls in the house were scrippers, so they kind of had an edge up on this particular challenge. But she had, taken classes. She had taken classes. And they didn't know that she, had to move like she did. So she did fairly good. I don't have nothing, bad to say about her. Then after that, we get games. Um, games. She, to me, was horrible. She was too aggressive. She was about to hurt the man, about to break. But instead of ride the stick, she was about to break the stick. And then about to break the man's lips off his face and all kind of things. She was just way, way too aggressive. Like, she just is very, very angry. And it's not very attractive at all, sis. Um, so then, moving on, we get Cheeks. Cheeks is a scripper. So she does her little thing on the pole. To me, it wasn't anything, super spectacular, to be honest. And he wanted her, to kiss him and, show a little affection, a little something. And she did, but it was like a little peck. So he was just like, moving right along. Then we get Unbelievable. She did her thing on the pole. He said that he liked the first half, but the second half, not so much. Me personally, I don't know what she could have did different or what she could have did better, because she probably has one of the baddest bodies in the house. So I don't know, lost for words. Then we get Secrets. And she basically looked like a ballerina on the pole. But I mean, I honestly think that he had turned on her even prior to her coming out there due to what your lady who said about her. So I don't think anything that she could have done, even if she could have, turned a million, thousand, trillion backflips, twerked that thing and then landed right on top of him, I still don't think it would have really mattered, because he had already decided pretty much that he just wasn't feeling her at that point. So she, like she was, she's the shy girl. So she's, moving kind of like a stiff ballerina. He was not feeling that. He told her to twerk, and it just was not a good look. I'm trying to think, is that, oh no, it's not. Then we get Yummy. Yummy did her thing. She was one of the best to me. She worked the pole, worked him. It was great. It wasn't too much. It wasn't too little. It wasn't too aggressive. It was just right. And I do think I've covered everybody. And then we get Mangina, but he had said that it would be no pole for Mangina. But however, Mangina think he gonna come out there and hop on the pole anyway. And Chance is just like, no, nigga, ain't no pole for you, ain't no pole for you. And it was so funny. He was just like, oh, Chance, where you going? Where you going? And Chance runs off. Him and his brother, they both run off. And then, and then you just, Mangina just twerking, just twerking on the pole, doing his thing on the pole by his. So then he like, I know Chance ain't got me out here twerking by myself. And he just twerk. And then Chance run back and get his speaker. And then when Chance runs to get his speaker, Mangina follows him. And at this point, I was hollering. That was probably the funniest scene in the entire show to me. So then we get to elimination. 2 girls go home. The first one really should be no surprise. It was secret. I just honestly don't believe that Chance could not see right through what Yoda Hole was doing. What she was doing basically was getting her back for saying anything that she saw about her in the previous episode, which probably was maybe the night or 2 before that. So it was just payback, and he actually believed it. So that was just not cool, because I thought at one point he was feeling her, and then he went to talk about he thought that her booty was fake, and at one point he was touching, feeling on her booty, like he liked, what he saw and what he felt. So, I mean, it's just, I don't know. And then, it came down to Games and Mangina. He sent Games home because she was just too aggressive. So she had to go. So we have 8 ladies left and 1 Mangina. Now, we're moving into the next episode, episode 8. And before I get started on episode 8, y'all, was crazy. I hollered the entire episode. It was that funny. So we're going to get right into my view and thoughts on episode 8. We start off the episode much like the other ones. We get girls. Wait, no, we don't start it off like we do the other ones. We get a couple sets of girls talking, but most of the girls are kind of breaking off into themselves, because nobody really knows at this point who they could trust, because everybody's pretty much snitching on everybody, trying to get one up on everybody. It's pretty much every girl for themselves, basically. So, you got people sitting over in the corner kind of vibing to themselves. Then you got, I think it was Yummy, and she was talking to a couple of the girls, and, she was just talking about how, she know Yodela did that to get back at her, and, basically how, and there was a couple other girls saying how Yummy thought that she pretty much had it in the bag. But, with this new development, maybe not so much. And then girls are beginning to spend some alone time with Chance. They're just not showing us all of that, because in the previous episode it had Unbelievable had mentioned that she had some alone time with him, and she said that he definitely knows that I'm all woman now. And then it had been mentioned at some point that Yummy had also spent some alone time with him, and I think it was Cheeks that was insinuating that maybe Yummy had went ahead and gave Chance the cooler cat. So they was talking about that. So so we get Chance and his brother, talking like they do at the beginning of every episode, about how they're gonna go about a challenge or, spending time with the girls this particular day. And he was saying something about he was supposed to suspend 1-on-1 time with the girls, but he decided to spice it up a little bit and do 2-on-2 with the girls instead. So he, tells the girls to get ready, and then he calls out Shira and Unbelievable. And, he was talking to each of them. I mean, not Shira and Unbelievable. Unbelievable and One Kind of My Fault, I'm sorry. And, he was asking, each of them, questions like, why should I pick you? What makes you better for me than her? And, One Kind of was saying, all these things about what makes her better than, Believable. And then, he asked the same thing to Unbelievable, and she didn't really say, she said basically like she's just not that kind of person, not gonna cut nobody else down like that, even though Wakanda clearly had just cut her down to about like that small. And then Chance called her weak, and we know by now, even from things that we've seen Chance do in the past, that we know that Chance has no filter on his mouth. Chance says whatever Chance wants to say. And he just basically, doing a lot of this. And while he was doing that, he called Homegirl weak. Now, me personally, you're not gonna talk to me like that. I don't care what kind of chick I gotta get. He wouldn't have had to eliminate me, because I'd have got up and walked out. Because he was not being nice to Unbelievable at all. He was just like some nasty, rank, farted out ass nigga on the street, the way he was talking to her. Like, he didn't know her from, a can of paint, really. And he wouldn't have been talking to me like that. But she sat there and took it, I guess. So, that, didn't really go that great. And then he talked to Shira, and I forget who the other girl was in that particular pairing, but, it went how it went. And then we get the showstopper. We get Yodela and Snacks Meals. And, he's basically asking, he wants to know who's in the house with him. And, things that I've discovered about Snack Meals. Snack Meals is going to keep it 100. Whatever is whatever, She's not going to sugarcoat anything, and she going to tell it, like it is. She wasn't really calling names, but she was saying, everybody, it's basically everybody, because, this person is saying this about that person, and this, that, and the third, and then this person takes it over here and add a little something else to it and tells that person this, and then it just keeps growing and growing and growing, and it kind of makes you think of like when you're in grade school and you start at the end of the line and whisper something in your friend's ear, and then by the time you get all the way to the beginning of the line, it's something totally and completely different than what was said in the beginning. So it makes me think of that type of scenario. And then it came out how Yodela, had been, looking up, trying to find dirt on Yum, and she even had Snacks Mills trying to, find it. And Snacks Mills admitted that she didn't see anything about this so-called boyfriend or what have you. But, Yodela is still acting, like she did. And I'm going to tell y'all how she played her. She sat there and she acted like she was real cool and calm, like she was so unbothered. Like she just sit there with her legs crossed, and she wasn't really saying too much. She just was real quiet, and she let Snap Mills did all the talking, and she let her, get round up. She pushed her buttons and made her lose her cool. That's what she did. And she just sit, and then all of a sudden she want to act like she bad, and whoop de whoop this and whoop de whoop that, and she did not jump until the security came over there. So Yodela was not going to do anything at all, because if that's the case, you would have jumped long before the security came over there. Because homegirl Snacks, she was ready. She was TTG. She was ready to go. Best believe. And that's on period. She was not playing with her at all. And then she, want to act like she gonna fight. She did more tearing up the house, Yodela, than anything. What's tearing up the house gonna do? You're not arguing with the house. Whatever it was, glasses or whatever she was throwing. Those are, you can't fight those. I was just trying to figure that out, and then she gonna call herself outrun the security guard and come around the back like she was really going to do something to Snap Mills, and then like her little, I guess she was supposed to be funny, but it wasn't funny when you was calling somebody a monkey, when you was calling somebody talking about they beating their big old chest like an ape. What was that? Nothing was funny about that. I didn't laugh off of that. I didn't get my 7 hee hee ha ha kiki keys off of that. Because if something's funny, I'm the first one that's going to laugh. But that wasn't funny at all, sis. Not at all. And then I was waiting on it. I was going to see how long it was going to take her to call her fat ass. And surprisingly, it took her a little bit longer than what I thought it was going to take her. But she still said it. And I was like, is that all you can come up with on somebody's weight? For real? You got no other jokes. No other jokes. None. And then she don't need to talk about nobody's body. Because she ain't got no booty, no titties, no nothing. So, you just a little twig. Why you gonna talk about anybody? Because you're not even that cute. You're just white. And I guess you Spanish or Puerto Rican or whatever you are. So you think that you're better than somebody. But you're not. Because you can do a little your lady who. Okay. Next. She ain't all that at all. I don't know who told her she was somebody, but she not. She ain't nobody no more than nobody else. I don't know who blew her head up, because she got that little yellow skin. It ain't cute. What she did was not cute at all, because that girl was telling the truth about you. Snap Mills was telling the truth about Yodela, and Yodela could not take it. So she decided that she was going to act a fool. You calling somebody else a monkey, but you was the one acting like a monkey. How you calling somebody else an animal, but you acting like one? That's what I'm trying to figure out. All that little mess you were doing, you wasn't going to do nothing. That girl would have slung your behind one time and knocked you into one of them walls. She'd have picked her ass up and threw her in that water, and she knew that. I don't know who she thought she was playing with, but she chose the wrong one to play with that day. And that's pretty much how the episode went. It was Yodela and Snap Mills fighting completely. And we're going to cut the video right here. If you're not subscribed to me, please do so. Hit the red box. Hit the bells to get notifications. And as always, stay blessed, stay fly, and may angels be encamped around and about you. Ta-ta. I forgot to say, like, comment, share your thoughts down below. Okay, I'm going for real this time. Bye.